What is going on, everybody? We are here back once again. It is Nitro time. Chris, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. We got a great night of Nitro
What do you got in store
coming
for
up.
us?
Oh, we got some great stuff. So, show's going to kick off here. We got, obviously, the last week ended with FTR. They're obviously going full tilt here at this point with a heel turn. After being complete baby faces, being top guys in this company, being like top, everyone looked up to them. They're complete heel out there talking about the fact that they are sick and tired of being overlooked on this roster. They are the tag team champions, and no one still cares about them. And they say, you know what? Great American Bash has a lot of lineage of so many great tag teams. You know what? We are putting an open challenge. Any tag team, past or present, come meet us for our WCW World Tag Team titles at the pay-per-view. Eddie Edwards makes his way out to the ring and says, "Not so fast, my friends. I have some big bones to pick with you guys after last week. I didn't do anything to you guys." Then Cash Wheeler just pipes in and says, "You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And if you continue talking, you're going to continue to be in the wrong place at the wrong time." Eddie says, "Enough of that. Cash, me and you in the main event tonight." End scene. And then this is a fun one we got here, guys. So this is earlier today. Al Jones pulls in his brand new car that was bought for him by his lovely Zeta Zhang. He pulls in, he parks in a handicap spot. Oh no. Insert the rule book comes on up and says, "You can't park here. You're breaking the rules." David Arquette says, "Enough, boys, enough. We got work to do. We got to get inside. See you guys later." As he just leaves them going, Grimm seems to have his mind elsewhere. But Matt Marquis says, "You know what, Al? I'll see you in the ring tonight." End scene. And in our first bout this evening, had superb wrestling, great heat. Got us a 77 overall. Al Jones defeats Matt Marquis by submission. Simon Grimm was completely distracted to where they couldn't pull anything to try to pull off the win against Al Jones. What is on Simon Grimm's mind? No one knows. Next segment.
Breaking the rules of his mind.
Okay, here we got a segment. We're back in catering. We got Rhinos backstage, and he just starts taking stuff off the lunch trays of Blue Meanie, Mascar Dorada, and Zane Riley. And he's like, "What are you guys gonna do?" He sits there, he's eating the pudding pack right up in front of Blue Meanie. As Blue Meanie starts to, like, his lip starts to quiver as he looks like he's about to cry. Rick Steiner walks up and goes, "Hur, hur, hur. If you have so much energy, Rhino, why don't you face the dog-faced gremlin in the middle of the ring and pick on someone your own size?" And then Rhino steps.
You good, Chris?
End scene.
He just barks at him, too.
He just barks at him. And we got another edition of the Tonightro Show. We got Waddy and B. They're talking about what everybody seems to be talking about lately, NWO Exotic. They're saying we're the true faction that you have to look out for. You don't have to look out for no NWO Exotic. Exotic is so 2020. We're 2021 and on. And they couldn't even have their little British guy show up. And look, I'm a British guy, and I showed up for YDMB.
Oh, shots fired there.
And he says, "You know what? Since he's not here, it'll be Sean Waltman, Jacob Fatu, and Joey Machete versus YDMB's trio of Jordan Oliver, Griffin McCoy, and Ellis Taylor tonight."
Looking to be like a good match. Let's see how it did, I think. Here we go.
Let's see what we got. A good match. New World Order Exotic will get the win, though, against them when Jacob Fatu pins Griffin McCoy after a Samoan drop. Jacob Fatu benefited from a new move. Wonder what that new move was. I wonder if it was the Samoan drop, although that's his finisher.
He did a new, like, variation of it, apparently.
In our next segment, we got the Billington boys. talking backstage. They're talking outside near the production trucks. They're like, Davey, you brought us into here. We're trying to talk some sense in you here. You don't need NWO Exotic. You're better than NWO Exotic. And why do you take this path? Davey says, enough. You guys couldn't cut the mustard, so I had to find boys that could as I launched myself to the top. Enough about you guys getting to the top. It's all about Davey Boy Jr. And with that, he just completely levels Mark with a left hook before taking Thomas and launching him like a lawn dart right into the production truck. And he's before looking at them both and saying, I'll see you both tonight.
David Boy Smith Jr. was a real star in this segment, it said.
And here we got the Flock Talk. It's the remaining Flock members that are not kidnapped at the current moment. You got Raven, Zach Wentz, Mike Bennett, and Kevin Condren. They're talking about Rosemary, obviously. She's been with Bagul an entire, over a week at this point. They've not seen or heard a single word from Rosemary. And everyone besides Raven is looking kind of worried. Raven's like, I've been here before, guys. Trust me, and I'll get you out of this. Mike goes, we've trusted you for weeks. You're the one who knew about this whole thing and didn't tell us. And he says, silence. I've had enough of you. And you know what? Actually, you are going to take on Bagul in a Darkness Falls match at Great American Bash.
Oh my gosh.
You better represent us well. And scene. And in the Alexander Hammerstone North American Open Challenge, Zachary Wentz takes him on this week, and it had Superb Wrestling great heat. Hammerstone picks up another win, defense number 2 of his North American title off the Stonebreaker. Good ratings from both of them. Both are hitting the 90s.
I know. Pretty good.
I really, really like that. And then after the match, obviously, the Flock's in the ring. Raven's looking down at Zachary Wentz, very disappointed in the outcome of the match. As all of a sudden, the lights go out, and Bagul appears on the ramp with Rosemary. He has his arms around Rosemary, and Rosemary seems kind of out of it. But then, as the Flock gets out of the ring and heads up the ramp, the lights go out again, and then they turn back on. They're gone. But then on the screen, what appears is we got Rosemary appears on the screen with Bagul. She tells them not to worry as she's got a friend in Bagul. Bagul promised her he's a friend in her. The Flock storm backstage to look for Rosemary throughout the arena as the scene goes to commercial.
You've got a friend in Bagul.
In a match that had good heat, decent wrestling, Rhino defeats Rick Steiner with the gore. That match was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. This is just the start of the Rhino. Rhino's going to be kind of a bully for a little bit because I think that could do something pretty well. And so they're going to continue to work their way up there, but move on to the next thing. In a bout that had good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd, Davey Boy Smith defeats the dynamic duo, the Billington Bros, in 8:26 when Davey Boy submitted Mark Billington with a sharpshooter. Davey Boy carried the match in terms of performance.
Fancy, I like that.
And they both were in the 50s. The announcing was good. Davey Boy looked good out there.
Davey Boy had a really good night tonight. Segment
He's having a really good night.
match-wise.
He's becoming a star. In our main event tonight, in an exceptional match, Eddie Edwards defeats Cash Wheeler in 1806 by pinfall with cross-legged Fisherman Buster. 83 overall match. Great main event. The crowd was buzzing. Cash seemed off his game, and it was still a great time from Cash. I don't get that, how he'd be off his game and still getting 87.
Yeah. Buzzing like bees. Finish off here with an 80 plus 33 regions.
Keep the 80 streak alive. That's 3 weeks in a row of 80s.
80 streak. And we'll see you guys heading into Thunder. Alright, party people, we are here back on Thunder this time, kicking off the show pretty strong here off with EC3 alongside OVE. It's the front line and the Muda scale clashing once again here. As the Muda scale comes out with Great Muda, of course, leading the charge, still saying that they have the numbers advantage here, and that tonight Akira Tozawa, after he beats Jake Chris, this solidifies that not only do they have thorn in the side to EC3 in front line, but the Great Muda believes that they can dethrone EC3 from the World Heavyweight Championship. After that, we have pretty big segment arising from backstage. We actually see Walter getting into the back of a police car. Jim Cornette's getting angry, and he's even threatening to even smash the window of it with his little tennis racket. And Johnny Ace and Cass XL are sitting over there laughing as Sammy G has like a pile of fake blood behind his skull, alluding to, hey, you know, what did Walter seemingly do to Sammy G? After that, we have starting off match here with Maxence De La Cruz making his debut here tonight against Christian Casanova, able to get the win here with the greetings from Cam Wood Park. Pretty cool finisher there. However, the two of them just don't click at all, but it was nice that his gimmick actually was pretty successful. After that, we do cut backstage once again, and this time we see Vampiro bringing the fight back to TK O'Ryan and Vinny Marseglia, but coffin drop with the skateboard. We see Darby Allin flipping over his hood as he makes his return here, helping out Vampiro after the brutal attack that the NetherRealm had done to him the week prior. Next up, we got a pretty decent match. We got the Frizzy Orange people defeating Maria Manic and Milo Toxic when Orange Cassidy defeated Milo Toxic with a super kick. More like a shin kick, honestly, but pretty good match there to help out the newcomers there. Then we have Alberto Patron, Angel Rose, the Maya and Poppy show. They got their little, tattoos showing them off there, their etchings. This time they bring on Awesome Kong and Eddie Kingston. However, as they're going back and forth, Eddie Kingston says, yeah, that Joker, who says he's going to fight you for your belt come the Great American Bash. Well, I took care of him. Don't worry about it. I got his mask right here. But out from the crowd comes Glam Texaco alongside Kyle Fletcher. And to the surprise, he had a backup mask. They start brawling on the outside with Kyle Fletcher actually getting the best of Eddie Kingston, hitting him with the little, what's the thing? The Van Daminator. It's the thing where he throws the chair at him and does a little kick. I like to think that he did that. And Awesome Kong goes, and Glam Texaco, to everyone's surprise, he picks her up. Big ol' scoop slam on the outside. He says that he's the strongest female in the women's division. And that's when Angel Rose gets in his face, pulls down her bandana, and goes for the elbow right to his face, knocking him back. And Alberto says, you two jokers really want to see what we're all about? You got your match come the Great American Bash. Following that, we have Piper here making her debut, able to defeat Tanner Conti with a Michinoku driver, but it causes the attention of Tennille Dashwood. She comes out and she looks her up and down, and she's just not impressed, saying a woman like her in her division is just an insult. Then we go to the Buff Bagwell segment here with Brian Pillman Jr. Of course, they're in the prison there. This time, Walter actually meets them in the prison because earlier in the night he was arrested. So, Buff Bagwell says, hey, look, I got an idea to get us out of here. You're gonna pick a fight with the biggest guy here. And Brian Pillman's like, no, dude, that's Walter. We can't just, He's like, no. He's like, Walter. Hey. You see Pillman over there? Yeah. He said, you know what? He says you're fat. Walter's like, what? He's like, yeah. He says you eat all the food and catering. He says you're big and disgusting. He says you look honestly like a shaved testicle. And Walter walks right over to him, just lays into him as the two of them start brawling it out there. And it ends ultimately with Walter knocking out Brian Pillman Jr. After that, we have Marty Scurll, seen from afar. He's up on the mountaintop. He's just sitting there watching the courtyard with the Cyberhawk Unlimited. I almost called them Cyberhawk Initiative. Probably would have been a better name, honestly. But he's like, yes, my plan. It's going all according to plan with Buff and Brian Pillman. After that, we have the Von Erichs taking on the two skinny dudes, but the two skinny dudes able to get the best of them tonight with Jordan Clearwater pinning Marshall Von Erich with the headlock bulldog. We cut back once again to the prison. This time, Bruno Malani and Warren Barks, they are getting chewed out by the warden, who's none other than Mr. Joey Hollywood. He says, hey, I've been in this business a long time. I know what it takes to be a big warden. You guys, clearly aren't taking it even as police officers. So trust me, okay? We're gonna keep this place under wrap here. And then in our main event, we have Akira Tozawa able to defeat Jake Crist here with the German suplex. But before he can even celebrate, Maxon De La Cruz hits him from right behind with a steel chair. It starts laying into the back of him. And EC3 says, well, Muda Scale, I think we tipped it in our favor now. And Akira here, he looks like he might be out for action, so I'm very curious, Muda, what you're going to do in response to the newest member of Frontline, Mr. Maxence De La Cruz. And we end off our show there. Pretty decent show with a 77, and we will see you guys next week. Peace out.